Well, let's just delve into the Murray-Darling Basin Plan. How do you see it and the security of it? I mean, some environmentalists think it's too little water anyway, but seemingly pressure being put back on it by irrigators.
Yeah, well, thanks for the question, Tom, and thanks for having me. No doubt the Murray-Darling Basin Plan has proven a contentious political issue. I won't speculate on the politics or, what Barnaby Joyce's leadership of the Nationals means for the plan. What I will say is it's very clear that the Nationals recognise that effective water management is really important to their constituents. And I would suggest that, political leaders across all parties need to recognise that communities really value effective water management. Communities need to be able to trust that they have the water supplies to meet their own needs now without compromising the needs of future generations. And that's something we've spoken about a lot on this season of Goodwill Hunters, including in our episode next week, which features Malcolm Turnbull on the issue.
So I think a lot of Australians turn on the tap and take this totally for granted, not so in some regional areas. You've got a pretty dire warning for the future of our water. How concerned should we be about water security?
I mean, no doubt we are facing a water for development crisis globally. It's the reason we wanted to dedicate a podcast series to it. Goodwill Hunters has always been focused on the issues that are affecting international development, and some of those also affect us domestically, including water management. We know that by 2025, 1.8 billion people globally will be facing absolute water scarcity. By 2040, 25% of children globally will be living in areas facing extreme water stress, and those issues are international, but of course they are issues we're also facing deeply on a domestic level.
Right, so where would you be concerned about in Australia? We've got a lot of desal backing up big cities. Is it out of the cities that's the bigger concern?
I think out of the cities is the bigger concern. I mean, I think certainly in the communities in the Murray-Darling Basin, we know that this is of enormous concern to their constituents, but I think it should be concern to Australians everywhere.
And what can we do about it? Is there much that can be done? Because you're not going to put a big desal in a country town, I guess.
I mean, it's a great question. I think we're seeing some really great ideas domestically. We're seeing some great ideas and innovations internationally. I think we can learn a lot from Indigenous water management, especially being NAIDOC week this week. I think there's a great amount that we can learn about sustainable water management with how Indigenous communities have done it historically. But there's no one answer. I mean, this is such a multifaceted issue and an area where we really need a lot of investment in solutions.